and drunk driving right now in
I,
this day and
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Collin. Here. Luke. Here. Hine.
Here.
Schneider.
Here.
Garmin. Here. Hanson. Here. Minutes were provided for the regular council meeting at 7:20. Any amendments? Hearing none, minutes stands approved. Takes us into public speaks. Trevor, anything for public speaks?
I would just add or note that we've closed the month of July. We will have been at the end of the day tomorrow, one full month of live citations. There were roughly 18,000 warnings issued during the warning period. There'll be roughly 10,000 citations issued, live citations issued in the first month of the program. I'm available if needed. If you have a question, you have a phone call. I always run things by your solicitor as well, but I'm happy to answer questions. I'm meeting with the media on behalf of the village tomorrow morning at 10:30, and we'll try to answer their questions. But really, the program's working the way it's supposed to work. We've already started to see on a daily basis a trend. When the program first went live, we were seeing 600, 700, 800 people a day getting warnings. And we're now down. There's some days where only 250, 300 people are getting actual live tickets. So people are getting the message. So it is starting to work.
All right.
Christine?
Yes. Are we supposed to step up there to speak, or do we just stay in our seat? Does
You
it
can
matter?
step up if you like, but you're not required to.
Okay, I will if you don't mind. All right, first, I wanted to, just for the record, make a correction to a statement I made last meeting during public speaks. And that was saying that the meeting minutes online only go up to 2022. Now, I will say when you Google, just like East Canton, Village Council meeting minutes, the first result, at least on my Google, does go to a domain that's like eastcantonvillage.com. And that does only go up to 2022, which it looks legitimate. Like it's your guys' village minutes. They match what's on the .net domain. But I did verify the .net domain, like you guys said, has the minutes up till 2026. So I just wanted to, that was kind of bothering me because I wasn't trying to say something that wasn't true or anything like that. So I just wanted to, kind of correct that. And then moving forward, I do have a question about the speed cameras. I'm not sure who would answer it, if it would be you guys or the chief. And that would be, what company are you guys contracted with for the speed cameras?
We refer that to Trevor here.
The name of the company is Targeting and Solutions Limited.
Targeting and Solutions Limited. Is that a DBA?
Just to clarify, for public speaks, it's typically a time for the public to speak, not an open question and answer session. So I don't say that to be obstructive. Council or the mayor, if you wish, you can answer. Same with Trevor or the chief. But ordinarily, it's a time for the public to speak, not a question and answer kind of exchange.
Okay. Not to be funny, but I guess I have a question then. Would this be more appropriate for me to email these questions to somebody? Or
if you'd like to email, I'm going to say kind of the same canned answer, not trying to be obstruction, just looking after my client, which is if you make requests, they have to be requests for things. And typically like an interrogatory or questions, a village doesn't have to answer. That's not to say that anybody won't, or that I'm telling anybody not to, it's just how the law works.
Okay, all right, I will make a note of that. Yeah, I guess I had a couple other questions, but I guess I won't ask them. Should I, moving forward, if I have questions about the speed cameras in particular, should I direct those at Trevor, like privately?
Are you requesting documents, information, or just general questions?
I just had a couple questions, like how far, like the range of the cameras, how far they see, and if this isn't the place for that, I can understand that, but I guess I don't know where the appropriate place is for that.
And I was just making clear that's what the law requires. As a public speaks, is the time for public to speak. If you have questions and anyone's willing to answer them, by all means, I'm just letting you know that this isn't typically a forum for Q&A.
Okay. But anyway, do you feel that would be more appropriate to direct those questions to Trevor, like privately?
So just so I'm clear, are you asking the range of the cameras or how far that they're currently pointed where they're at? So what exactly is the question?
Like how far the cameras can see, for lack of a better word, like where they're currently pointed?
I don't know the answer to that. I mean, I think because there are a total of 8 cameras, I can't tell you that every camera is pointed at the exact same distance. I don't know that. I don't know if Trevor, if you know that.
I was gonna say, it just depends on the camera.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then, just so I don't waste any more time with public speaks, any further questions I have about these cameras? Would it be more appropriate in the future to contact Trevor or the police department?
You can send questions in to either the fiscal officer, police chief. You can do that. But usually when you ask questions, Solicitor Babbitt's point is usually you're requesting some kind of documentation. It's okay we're happy to answer questions. It's just some of the questions have to be clear, like the last one, right? We have to know exactly what you're asking. Otherwise, you could get an answer that you thought was, if we didn't understand the question fully, we could give an answer that isn't correct to what you're asking. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, totally understand. I just guess in the future, if I have questions about these cameras,
Yeah.
specifically about the speed cameras, who
I would prefer you send
should
the
I
questions
send
into the
those?
village, and then the village can then redirect them as appropriate.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I guess that's all I had then. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So what's your last name?
Bennington,
Bennington?
Yeah.
Okay. First name? I'm sorry.
Brian. Yeah,
Brian
my
Bennington.
writing's terrible, I apologize.
Oh, it's okay. I just,
No.
I didn't, I just couldn't read it, so I just wanted to
No.
make sure.
And I'm good, because pretty much what she brought up was gonna be my topic,
Okay.
so you already answered it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. That will conclude public speaks. Takes us into committee reports, service.
State paving project is getting close to being completed under roads. I don't have an exact date of completion. It is getting close though. We're still working on the street sweeping. This is a process. Just please be patient with the rain washing out people's gravel into the street. There's a lot to keep up with. Just to note, we will no longer be putting the gravel back into the driveways that washes into the street. This is just becomes a reoccurring issue. Any debris that is on the street will be swept up and taken away appropriately. The speed table on Liberty has been completed. Will take about 28 days for that concrete to cure completely for painting. So that's come back in 28 days for the painting. The signs and everything are complete. Catch basin on the southeast corner of Noble and High has been repaired. I called Starks County Soil and Water to go over the areas on Noble West from High Street going east to Worley. This area has recently been backing up with water and had several complaints when there's heavy rain. This includes walking the main water outlet in the village, which is the creek behind our shop. everything within that area seems to be operating properly. I received an email from Stark County Soil and Water. You all should have a copy of that, explaining his, I guess, investigation or
Findings.
findings of today. We walked it. Yes, the one that my name spelled on. So if there's any questions with that, feel free to give me a word. Under parks, the dugout that was vandalized has been painted. New playground equipment is scheduled for next Thursday and Friday, August 13th and 14th to be installed. We will be removing the 4x4 play-on truck there, and the Noah's Ark will be both removed, and the new equipment will go in place of that. It won't be that, it'll be a rock climbing wall with a slide on it where the Noah's Ark's at. And then I felt that the upper playground didn't have enough toddler stuff on it, so I put a teeter-totter and some of them animal bouncy springs there. So that's what will be replacing them. Replaced the deadbolts on the men's and women's restroom. These were replaced due to just age. They weren't working anymore. So I replaced them. Nothing to report underwater. Zoning, I have written up one zoning violation this past week. Under other, we went Dollar General again. Attended the BWC meeting. Any questions, concerns?
Henry, I have a question. I was up at the park last Thursday night and there was a lady up there going around the baseball field.
Okay.
I thought all that baseball stuff was done up there, because we talked about that when the market started again, as far as parking.
I will check into it. A lot of times they just upkeep that bottom field. You talking about the very bottom field?
Yes,
Yeah, a lot of times they just upkeep that field throughout the season too.
okay.
So a lot of things don't happen down there. They do a pretty good job with that.
There was
I'll check
probably
into
4 or
it.
5 girls up there. I don't know, and I thought, are they having softball
Oh,
practice
okay,
or something? Because I
okay.
thought that was all done.
I'll check and see. I think it is too. I'll check and see.
I think some kids show up just to pray.
Play.
Yeah, I know the baseball group, they have some fall teams this year. But that should not conflict with the Sundays for that market.
I'll
So
try to reach out to both softball
Yeah, I
and
thought maybe they
baseball
were just
association to
practicing
make
or
sure.
something. I didn't know when fall ball starts.
Reach out to both associations just to make sure they're not going to conflict with that.
as far as you said, the street sweeping, I noticed there was a concern brought forward about Willow. Is that on your list to get?
That was done today.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
And Center Street and Browning and Third and partial and Noble by the church. It is a slow process. It's a skid steer that does it.
Yeah.
So it takes 2 guys to do it.
When you get an opportunity, if you would take a look at the northeast corner of Market and Nassau, there's a washout that's getting pretty deep right there,
You know,
like around the corner. I don't know what can be done to eliminate it without washing out again.
there's washout also on Willow going down the hill by Mr. Bachman's. So we're looking to get some hot patch film that too.
Somebody drops a tire in it, it's gonna shake them up pretty good.
I'll take a look into that. I also put in front of you a quote for DiMarzio Concrete. It's for a curve on Liberty where we did the speed table. Mrs. Burgess is there. It's been a concern for several years, according to her. So I had talked to her last year, would like to get it done. I had the mayor out there looking at the speed table the one day before the speed table was installed. And I took him over to her and we saw that. And, so he had witnessed that curve's just crumbling away. We can get a quote on asphalt. I did not do that. I just think that it's going to be another issue if they're just going to top coat that, put a 4 or 6 inch curve in there and somebody bumps it with their car, it's going to push over the heat. It's just crumbling away. So that's why the quote for the concrete curve, I believe it's 6 inches above grade, 18 inches total, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
It will go from the new speed table all the way down to the corner and divert into the drain that was placed there last year, the year before, to get rid of that water. And then there will be sealant tape put on it. I wanted that done. That's why it's on that quote, I think, too, just because of the curb's going to be, the road will be cut straight. There's a turn off kind of there for parking back when the school was there. It'll be cut straight, even with the road where the speed table's at, all the way down to the corner. So the concrete will be right up against that asphalt. So I wanted to seal that crack, so we don't have no lifting or cracking there. So that's why that's in there extra too. I've consulted with Kurt about it. I think he was working on, I don't know if he got to it or not, or he did do that. Try to get some money aside for it. I'd like to try to get that approved because it is a issue for Mrs. Burgess.
It is legit. I mean, that asphalt is actually breaking away and falling into her yard. It's really hard for anyone to do upkeep on that front portion of her yard just because of the large chunks it's failing. So to direct water, I think it's something that the village should consider.
If there's any further questions about it, I mean, I could try to answer them. I'd like to see that get done.
I'll second.
Marginally the best option.
They have been doing most of our concrete work for us. I've had Jeffries out to quote some things. It's always been, obviously, from the last speed table. That was the lowest quote. I can do it again and call another company out, but I believe it's probably a fair price. They treat us pretty good.
Motion by Collins, second by Baloo, correct?
Yep.
Roll call, Collins.
Yeah.
Baloo.
Yay.
Hines.
Yay.
Snyder.
Yeah.
Carmen.
Yeah.
Amstutz.
Look at the test basin, those on the way here.
Yes, there's multiple of them.
Should we look at that before we did it though?
No, they're coming back though.
Okay.
I already communicated with the engineer that's running it. There's also sewer lids that need to be raised. I will be checking that out periodically. I've been in contact with his name's Tom. He's the engineer for it. And I voiced my opinion on that very loudly to him, like that could not be that way. And neither can the sewer lids. There's several sewer lids that need to have risers on. One right down in the intersection down here. Well, first one I noticed, and that's what triggered me to go around with it.
Should we look at all of that?
Absolutely.
So that's gonna be a problem.
Oh, 100%.
Even though it's, nobody really chooses like that.
But there's multiple places like that, multiple places, yes. I'll definitely be on that, for sure. Anything else? Questions or concerns?
You're doing a fine job.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, takes us to safety, chief.
Evening. Past 2 weeks, the department responded to 427 calls for service. Out of those, 103 were traffic stops. What that breaks down into, according to Patrol Finder, we patrolled 16,284 patrol points, total distance of 1,282 miles of patrol. Active patrol hours were about 277 hours, 14 minutes, 31 seconds. That's just in patrol time. That's not responding to calls, sitting idling, running traffic, things like that. Officers all were certified in tactical medicine. They took a tactical medicine class last week. We've got the Dodge in the shop, getting the push bumper fixed. Again, in case you guys forgot, somebody backed into it on a traffic stop, so that is being repaired under their insurance. Got the National Night Out tomorrow from 5 to 7. Public's encouraged to attend. It would be great to see you guys there. And we've had a stronger focus, especially in the northeastern area of the village. While they've been working on Nassau, we've been hammering out traffic enforcement, Noble, Worley, that area right there. That's about all I have. Any questions?
I do on this report that you give us.
Yes.
There's no dates. Are we not allowed to see the dates?
It's for the past 2 weeks. So every report that I give you, it's just how it prints out. I don't put the dates in. Which one specifically are you talking about, the Patrol Finder one? Because there are dates on all of these now that I look at them.
They're not on. I don't think they're on here.
So on this one here, this is the analytics one. The dates are up here.
Oh.
And the Patrol Finder, the dates are right there. Okay. It's
All right.
just-
I didn't know how to read that.
Nope, you're good. But it's gonna be in the 2 weeks prior every time we do it. So
It's 179 security checks. That sounds like a lot for 2 weeks. Not that you're lying about the number. Is that businesses and homes?
businesses, vacation checks, checking park, things like that.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yep.
okay.
All right.
PD has been enforcing a lot of the stop sign well. We had an issue with people applying through stop signs, not stopping, so I do appreciate their efforts there. And then council may hear, but there's been an increased enforcement on texting while driving. So to make you aware prior to hearing any complaints.
It's actually a lot of that we're getting, it's part of the grant that we've gotten, that we're participating in through the federal government. So the OVI task force that our officers participate in, they're focusing this year on distracted driving, seatbelts, and of course OVIs.
Takes us to judicial. Anything for judicial?
Nope.
Grants?
Just one question, since we've determined that we are going to try to get a loan for our excavator, does that purchase now fall under the finance committee realm, or does that stay with the grants?
That would be under the finance committee.
Okay, then I will take whatever I have about the excavator and send it off to the committee head. That's it for grants.
Takes us into finance.
Make a motion to approve invoices in the amount of $12,965.71 as presented by fiscal officer Geis.
Roll call. Collins.
Yeah.
Blue.
Yeah.
Hines.
Yeah.
Snyder.
Yeah.
Carmen.
Yeah.
Amstutz.
And I make a motion to approve payroll from 7/12/26 to 7/25/26. The amount of $27,932.77 as presented by fiscal officer Geis.
So moved.
Roll call. Collins.
Yeah.
Blue.
Yeah.
Hines.
Yeah.
Snyder. Carmen.
Yeah.
Amstutz. Council note in the meeting packet, the appropriations report through 8/5 attached.
Thank you.
Anything else for finance? Takes us into other. Earlier in the day, I presented council with the mayor's court report for July. Total collected for the month, $7,857.15, which breaks down as follows: $2,800 in fines, $3,356.15 in local costs, $1,696 in state costs. So reflects another busy month of mayor's court. PD is doing a great job enforcing traffic. So I appreciate their efforts. Anything else for other?
I do have one thing. The tickets for the the Hope Village Sportsman raffle, fundraiser are printed. I have them. They're $45 a piece. Buffet dinner, as much as you want to eat, live auction, baskets. If you sponsor a table, which costs $1,200, 8 people can sit at the table and somebody will get a free gun. You have to decide at the table who gets it.
Oh, that's gonna go well.
Yeah. So there's either gonna be a dice roll or a high card or something. And we do have flyers, if it's permitted to hang up here in the courthouse.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but the door, yeah.
okay, I will do that.
If you'd like, if you could get me a copy, I can also have it added to the village website.
I will do that.
That'd be good to get the police visibility to the event.
So how many tickets?
Say 40 apiece, huh?
45,
45 apiece.
45. That's for your dinner. Now that ticket also will give you a chance to win a gun. It'll go into a basket or whatever and they pull one out. But if you do sponsor a table, somebody there for sure gets a gun.
Sore subject. Talk about gun rights, it's sore subject.
I know. It's part of the whole thing, sorry.
It's all good.
You got a couple tables.
Yeah, yeah.
You can also sponsor a table for $500, but there's no weapon. Is that a better word? Weapon?
Yeah. All right, anything else for other?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, Collins.
Yeah.
Blue.
Yay.
Times.
Yay.
Schneider.
Yay.
Garmin.
Yeah.
Yes.